what's your name? What's the name of your brand / company?
Okay, I'm Bonta83, and the name of the company is Successful Convicts. Successful Convicts LLC, if you want to get technical, but yeah, that's it.
Where did it all start? And what made you start the brand, the company? What was the process of
it? Okay, well, take it back a little bit. Successful Convict says it all. I got into a little trouble, you know what I'm saying? Went through that situation. Then upon my release coming out, I just started seeing that, it wasn't what people made it seem to be. You know what I mean? People make the whole incarceration and catching the case and all that stuff, they make that process seem like, everywhere you go, it's that cloud over you and it's always raining, and you know what I mean? And it's like, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. I'm always the type, I can't just take you telling me I can't. You got to show me that I can't. You know what I mean? Yeah, so a lot of times, like for instance, they had the ATF, right? When you getting your FOID card. Okay. As a felon, you can't get an FOID, right? But they made it. I think it was a part or somebody. What you call it? Whoever was handling those applications, that whole department shut down, and they said now it's up to the ATF to do the application. So I'm thinking I can slip through the cracks. I filled out, try to, get my gun card. Man, they sent me a letter saying you can never get a gun card. You know what I'm saying? They had my charges on that. So that's just an example of showing me I wasn't just gonna say, well, I'm a felon, I can't go. I figure if I can apply, and with them having to do it now, and they bombarded with paperwork, I said, well, maybe I can slip through the cracks. Because if they give me a gun card, then they can't say that I did nothing wrong. But
you didn't put no, like, you didn't say you hadn't been convicted of a felony.
No, I told the truth. I just figured I slipped through the cracks. No, they sent me that letter saying you can never. And then they had my little charges on there and all this, the reasons why. And I was just like, well, I tried. So along that line, that's the type of person I am. I got to give it a try. You can't just tell me no. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to a certain extent, I ain't gonna just take nothing. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I just believe in, you could be successful regardless. It ain't really no reason why you can't be successful. Like, people look at all these different, I'm black, or I'm a woman, I'm an ex-felon, I'm foreign to this country. Ain't no, only thing stopping you in my eyes is you. So that was my thing, coming out being a convicted felon. I wanted to show people that you can still be successful. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, they like to hide the fact that they was locked up. Oh, you know what I'm saying, man? I was, hush about it and stuff like that. Because I remember when I was locked up, my mama used to do that. Like, people would go contact my mama or go to the house like, hey, I want to write him, or, where he at? I ain't seen him in a while. Oh, he all right, and I used to tell her, like, hey, let them know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? They gonna write me. I'm trying to get some money or something out of them. You know what I'm saying? Why I can. Like, don't hide it. But a lot of people do that. A lot of people that they ashamed of it or whatever. And you gotta own up to it. Because what's in the dark gonna come to the light. So you might as well be the first to tell them than somebody else bringing it to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the whole Successful Convict thing started. You know what I mean? I started using the name and stuff like that, and I saw it was a catchy. I ain't really thinking nothing of it, but a whole bunch of people was like, "Oh man, that's a cold name. That's a cold name." So
I ain't even gonna lie. When I first heard it, it caught my attention, and the logo makes it that much more better, man. The logo's out the chain, man.
Yeah,
that looked like a real professional logo or something. Like it's just supposed to be.
Right.
On a whole bunch of different things, man.
Right. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. But actually, it's another guy, art department. he had, you know, he was using successful convict with a K. And then that's he had hit me up because I guess he ran across my page and he hit me up, and that's how I linked up with him. Greg Bozeman. Greg Bozeman. Art department. He got the art department on YouTube. He got the art, the whole art movement going, you know what I mean? Art never what do you say? Art never dies, something like that.
Yeah, man. I'm linked in with that. I'm linked in with him.
Yeah. He got the shirts to say more than just a felon.
Yeah. I think I'm following him right now. On my old page, the one that got hacked.
Yeah. But that whole successful convict thing, man, that's kind of like, you guys just show people that, you know, hey, I'm an ex-convict and I'm being successful. And I try to tell people all the time, every day out is a successful day. You know what I mean? Because I try to talk to people, do interviews and stuff like that, and I always get that, oh, I'm not ready, I'm not doing this. Hey, you don't got to run a Fortune 500 company to be successful. You don't got to have your own business. You can be working a job. I don't care if you work at Walmart. Catch you out there in the parking lot getting the carts together. You successful.
Yeah, I look at it as like, man, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
You know, happiness is so many different levels, man. So many different meanings to that. It's all on you.
Yeah.
But what made you go to the clothing brand? What made you do the clothing brand way, as far as getting the message out there and everything?
Okay, well, I started off doing the YouTube. You know, I started off with the successful convict, doing the little YouTube videos and stuff like that. And then a partner of mine, he kept asking me, you know, hey, you ever thought about doing a clothing line with that? Because I like the name of Boo Out the Bam. So I was like, yeah, later on down the line, but now I'm trying to do, you know, because the whole YouTube thing, you know what I mean? Especially when you first get into it, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to get monetized, you try to get the videos going and stuff like that. So I was focusing on that. So I see him at the gym, and me and him was locked up together. So he kept asking me about the clothing line. So we went and we got Successful Convict started. Clothing line, Successful Convict Apparel, right? We got that started, and we did a couple, you know, like I told him, you do the clothing line, I'm gonna do the video stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I just looked at it like the clothing line could never conflict with what I was doing. So whatever he was doing with the clothing line, you know, it was gonna push what I was doing with the videos, just like what I was doing with the videos was gonna push the clothing line. You see what I'm saying? And at the time, I was like, I ain't really got the money to go into the clothing line. You know what I'm saying? I was working and stuff like that. So we did that, and he made a couple shirts, some hats and stuff like that, some jackets, and he was pushing it, and I was still doing my thing. And then I started watching, when I was at work, I started watching Stan Banks T-shirt side hustle.
Oh yeah.
I was watching his earlier videos. Remember the earlier videos when he used to have the button-up shirt, the little slacks, and he'd be like in the little, like he was in a boardroom or something. And just talking about business and, you know, how you start your own business, stuff like that. So I used to watch that every day while I was at work on downtime. And every day I was just like, man, I'm finna leave this job. I'm about to leave this job. And I used to mark on my little board in my little cubicle. Like, man, I'm finna get it. So I started looking more into it, started looking into the equipment. Then I think I ordered some shirts off of eBay with the hashtag Successful Convict. And I started, when I was doing the videos, I started wearing that. Then I started gradually going into I can make my own shirts, you know, start looking into the heat press, start looking into the cameo and the different stuff like that. And then it's just like, you know, step by step, I just started getting more into it. Then I started making my own stuff, started getting into the vinyl, learning how to work the cameo and the silhouette, you know, program, and, you know, trying to come up with different ideas for different stuff. And then I was doing I was telling people, hey, I know how to do T-shirts. I got a couple orders. It wasn't nothing crazy. I
some
do.
custom doing a couple custom orders and
Yeah, doing
stuff
a
for
couple
people.
custom jobs and stuff like, you know, for family, friends, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mainly wanted to focus on the successful convicts. So the shirts that I had got, trying to see if it's somewhere. The shirts I had just got them made. I got them made by this company. Got 100 shirts made. You know what I mean? But I was still at the same time making shirts too.
Was they screen printed? You got that? They were screen
I
printed
think they were
shirts?
screen printed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just started small. You know, I always stuck with that. Stan Banks always say, you don't got to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. So I always kept that mentality in my head, and just little by little, piece by piece. You know what I'm saying? Kept watching videos. I tried not to filter myself too thin. You know, I only watched a few people. I watched, like I say, Stan Banks, Big Brando, them the main two. I watch a little bit because it's with these people, it's so many people and they tell you so much information.
It's a lot of information
It's
out
a
there,
lot
man.
of
It's a lot of
information.
information, man. There's a lot of cool people out there that's delivering that information, man.
Yeah, and
you
if
just gotta find them and stuff.
Yeah, because you can't watch them all. If you do, you ain't got no life. You ain't, you know what I mean? If you sitting up and you can watch everybody's video, you ain't got no life because
it's a lot of them. It's a lot
it's
of
a
them out
lot
there.
of them. Yeah,
It's a lot of them, man.
yep. So you just got to pick a couple that sound like it's what you want to do, or something that you want to follow or emulate.
Something you can relate to.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, and hopefully it's me. You know what I'm saying?
For real though. For real though.
Yeah.
But where is your company? Where is everything going right now? Where is everything at right now, man?
Right now, you know, really on hold because, like I said, I'm doing the trucking. You know what I mean? Because I mean I could put everything into the T-shirt stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm like this. I'm the type of person. I'm always doing something anyway. You know what I mean? And the T-shirt thing is always gonna be a part. You know what I mean? So I ain't came up with, since I started the truck driving school, I ain't really came up with no new designs. I ain't really had no time to put into that, focusing on the truck driving school. Then once I get the truck driving school and I get the driving, because I want to get my own truck, you know what I'm saying? And then that's a whole nother level of money that I can put back into the T-shirt and, you know, bring it back up. But it's just, you know, it's there, but I ain't pushing it. You know what I mean? I ain't got it out there. And everywhere I go, I talk about it, but, you know, I ain't really pushing it like that because my focus right now is on this truck driving school and getting this CDL.
So it's just taking a little, just the back burner.
Yeah, it ain't going away.
It ain't going nowhere though. You still on it.
Yeah, and I'm still, you know, I still make content. I still make videos and stuff like that. Interviews, you know what I mean? And, you know, we talk all the time. So it's like, I'm still in it. Because like I always tell you, don't quit. You came too far to quit. You know what I'm saying? We can't quit.
Man, it's already out there, man. Don't already started.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah, and I appreciate people like you because, hey, every time y'all come at me, give me a little push, man, it makes me go, for real.
Yeah, and I gotta, you know what? I gotta give a shout out. I ain't gonna even lie, because Kendrick, Life in the Feds,
man,
when he came home, and I came across him. I'm not even gonna lie, man. When I came across him, and I seen first of all, his story hit me off top because I was there. I was in the Feds. So, and one thing I ain't gonna lie, the whole time I was locked up, that's all I kept saying. Like, man, they could let me go. And I stay under a bridge. I stay homeless. I won't even go to no home. I stay homeless. Just let me out. You know what I'm saying? If I could just be out and be homeless, it's better than being in here. So, you know, his story with the, you know, the pandemic and getting out on house arrest for all that time he got house arrest, you know what I'm saying? That itself was inspired. And then, you know, he had the Life in the Feds, the clothes and stuff like that, and his whole movement. And then, you know, we started talking and stuff like that. And I just seen the stuff he was doing. And at the time, you know, I had the channel, you know, and I was make a video here and a video there, and he was just moving and grooving. And I'm like, damn. And that inspired me, sparked me to start getting more active into it. Then, you know what I'm saying, we started trading information, and he, you know, he was just the way he was on it, I ain't gonna lie, the way he was on it, he really put that spark in me to where I'm at now. Because I really was like, relaxed. You know, I was just like, you know, yeah, successful convict. You know what I'm saying? But then when I see him moving, it made me, you know, I see him do stuff, then I do it. You know what I mean? I see him do this, then I go do that. You know what I'm saying? It made me like get back motivated. You know what I mean? And it was like,
I can
so that, and then, you know, vibing off of him, because he always smiled. And if you know his story, you'd be like, damn, he can still smile after all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, what do I got to be sad about? This, if he can smile through all that he going through, my problems is really little. You know what I mean? So I just do the same thing. I just, you know what I'm saying? Same way he put it out, I put it out too. You know what I mean? And that's where it come from, vibing off each other. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just him. But he was that major spark that really kicked it off and made me really kick it into gear. Like, let me get back on it. You know what I mean? And then plus,
good solid dude, man, out there for
and then plus he had questions a lot. And I know how it is when you first get out. You got a lot of questions. You know, a lot of stuff, technology hitting you and stuff like that. So it made me have to go get information so that I can give him some answers. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how it is. You can't just, you know, some people, sometimes they act like they got time for you, but they really ain't got time for you. You know what I'm saying? They might be a little happy for you, but they like, yeah, okay, yeah, oh, okay, good. Oh, like what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, unless you've been there, there's some people that ain't been there that feel it. But when you've been there and you know what a person been through, you really feel it. So that's what really kind of like sparked it off, because I only had 151 months. You know what I'm saying? He had like 400 months. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
He said Bogart had like 300 and
yeah, them boys had big time.
Them boys had some.
Yeah. So it's really a numbers, man. Yeah. So, you know, I support them and try to politic with them every time I can, because hey, we all been through the same struggle. You too. You know what I'm saying? We all been through the same struggle.
Yeah, some in and out.
Some big, you know what I'm saying? But it's still the same struggle.
No, for real. Man, what's the future? What's the future of the brand, man? Where do you plan on taking it?
I wanna, you know, I noticed I've been like trying to play catch up. So in the future, my plans is to be ahead. You know what I mean? Like, instead of working on like winter clothes now and it's winter, I need to be working on summer clothes. You know what I mean? The summer, you know, shirts and stuff like that, and just getting that ready. So when the time comes, boom, I'm already there. Like, you got to get ready for next Christmas now. You know what I mean? Have all your stuff and your ideas ready. So when it comes, you can be ahead of time, pre-orders, you know what I mean? And people getting it ahead of time. And just working on my timing and stuff like that. And on top of that, taking it to another level where it's more on the front and letting people know about the whole successful convict movement. You know what I mean? I want, as far as the brand, I want to do more interviews. You know what I mean? Get more people put out there, because there's a lot of people that's going through some things and people don't even know about these things. You know what I mean? You tell people, a lot of people don't even know that they let people out because of the COVID, the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? People don't even know that. Then some people know that, but they don't even know that they were talking about sending them back. You know what I mean? People don't even be knowing that people is out here getting 200, 300, 400 months incarcerated for nonviolent crimes, such as, you know, amount of drugs they got caught with and stuff like that. And then on the flip side, people getting 5, 10 years for violent crimes, murders, you know what I'm saying? Attempt murders and, you know, all kind of stuff. But it's like, when you tell people about your time, and like, I remember when I used to be in there and I used to holler at dudes. You see dudes fresh in, I see them with a watch, right? So I had 151 months. So I was like, I ain't gonna buy no watch. I'm gonna be here long enough to get a watch from somebody. So I used to always say, hey man, let me get that watch when you leave. And you know, I used to always get this story. Oh man, I got a long time. Like, how much you got? Man, I got 36 months. Be like, yeah, well, when you get to 36 months, I have about 80 left. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? Let me get that watch, man.
I'll come stop by for that watch.
Yeah, let me get that watch, man.
No, I can dig that. I can dig that, man. If there was 2 valuable lessons you've learned since starting your brand, your clothing brand, and everything, well, what would those 2 valuable lessons be?
Okay, valuable lessons. First, in starting your brand is don't listen to nobody. You got these things called dream killers. You see what I'm saying? People down your dream because they ain't gonna do nothing, or they don't got no dream, or they don't got no ideas, or they don't got no ambition to follow their dreams. So they'll tell you what you can't do. You know what I mean? And I got people that ask me for advice, but I always tell them at the end of the day, you already know the answer because you're gonna do what you're gonna do. It don't matter what I say. If you don't want to do it, you ain't gonna do it. If you want to do it, you're gonna do it. So just do it, like Nike say. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Follow your passion. If it's something you want to do, research it and jump into it. Pull the trigger. You know what I mean? Because you got too many people, you know what I mean, sitting there looking and they over studying. You know what I mean? They looking like, you know, something for sale. You see something for sale and it seems like it's a deal. How long you think it's gonna stay there if it's a real deal? You know what I mean? You gotta, hey, either gonna buy it or you ain't. You know what I mean? And that's 1. 2, man, don't never think that you can't be successful. You know what I mean? No matter what your situation is, you can come up out of it. You know what I mean? Because, man, people every day don't wake up. You know what I mean? It's over for them. You still got a chance. You still here. You know what I mean? Don't never be scared to say, oh, I can't do that, or that ain't gonna never happen for me. Man, I'm a big believer if you talk it into fruition, it'll come. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the house. You know what I mean? And I always wanted to live in this area, and I got a house in this area. You know what I mean? It seemed like, I hate to, you know, put that on myself, but it's like everything I ever wanted, I always got.
Manifestation is real.
Yeah. And it's just always been like that for me. You know what I mean? And it can be like that for anybody. But I hear a lot of people, they put negative vibes in their situation. You know what I mean? They say, oh, I'll never be able to do that. Why? Oh, just because, you know, and then people get caught up in what they family did or the people before them did. Hey, break the cycle, break the curse, be the first one. You know what I mean? It's always fun when you're the first one. Look at Eazy. He was the first one to say after police. Now everybody say it. You know what I mean? But you remember the first one. You remember the first one.
That I'm pretty sure it was a mug. It was some cats saying fuck the police before Eazy.
Oh yeah. Not on wax though. Not on wax. Yeah.
Man, hey, your social media sites. What social media sites can people find you at?
Man, I try to be on everything. So I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, all under Successful Convicts. And I even got the website, but my website went down and I ain't put it back up. I still got the name and stuff like that, but it's successfulconvicts.com. Just keep checking. It's going to pop up soon because I got to get on top of it. And then I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitter under @convicts. @convicts on Twitter.
I got to get up on my Twitter, man.
Yeah, you know, I ain't really a big Twitter person either, but
you know what I go to Twitter for? I go to Twitter for the real.
Yeah.
You can go to Twitter. You can go to Twitter where you're going to see clips of everything else. You'll go to Twitter and see the whole video of whatever it is that happened.
Yeah, but I try to stay on top of all the, especially the popping social media, and you know, and then put me a page up, you know what I'm saying? And then I like how like Instagram or like even like Snapchat and stuff like that. Certain ones, if you go to upload something, you can upload it to all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, but I'm just on those. You know what I mean?
No, okay, yeah, man. I'm gonna have them all popped up. But that's the main content right there.